What's up, traders? So I'm going to show you how I pass a lot of my prop firm evals in one trade. Um, I use the same method, not as an aggressive way when just making normal trades and even trading zero DT options. So I'll just take today as an example. This is today, and basically I have pivot points on. This is trading view, and you could just see we come up, we hit the pivot point, reject. All this other stuff is just noise. Obviously, later on in the day, I thought we were gonna, bounce off of this pivot point, and we didn't. So I missed it. It's just noise, noise. We drop. I took this trade today, and I passed an eval just like that, one trade. And I not only did I pass an eval, but I got hundreds, or if not thousands of dollars throughout all my other accounts. A lot of my accounts were down on the day because I was playing around in the noise, not following my rules. I made all the money back plus more right here, taking a pivot point trade, and we bounced and it ripped. And you could just see it works a lot of the time, I would say. There's certain things that you need to understand. It's always the first touch. So just like this, we touch here, we take it short, and then when it comes back up, I do not take it again. And look. Now you're going to say, well, sometimes it blows right through it. You are correct. You do have to watch the market. Um, Something like this, it actually bounced. You can see this wick back, probably closed here, bounced, and then we kept dropping. But sometimes it blows right through it or doesn't reject right away. So basically, I leg in is what I do. So I start legging in about 10 points away from the pivot point. So just argument's sake, this is at 87. I start buying at 97, and I'll leg in, and then I'll do like one buy at like 81. So if it goes over the pivot point, I'm literally still adding, and then on that last add, my stop loss is 10 points down. But you got to realize certain things come into play, like this right here, 18,800 is going to be support. So do I think it's going to hit here? No. And so the other day I took the trade at 18,800, right around here, and I didn't wait for the pivot point. So the pivot points are more of areas that you need to look out for. I mean, you can see we came down here exactly, bounced. I'm looking to get 10 to 15 points off the bounce or rejection. And then after that, I bring up the rest of my orders to break even or slightly profit. So maybe I'll do a stop loss where I'm only up 5 points. So if it keeps running, I'm good, or it keeps dropping, I'm good, depending on what way I'm going. Certain ones I avoid though is something like this, where it doesn't touch the pivot point, and I might have gotten filled a little bit because I didn't get filled my full batch because we didn't touch it. But for 20 minutes, we just consolidate right here. I was in this short. We consolidated for this 20-25 minutes. I sold out. We weren't getting the rejection, and I know the next thing that happens is we break up and over. So, some of it is you have to look, was there news in the morning? Is news pushing us up? Is news pushing us down? If news is pushing us up, I'm probably not going to take shorts. If news is pushing us down, I'm probably not going to take the longs on it. It's just an area to look for a rejection or a bounce. And it happens all too often. I do not trade this after hours or pre-market. So if you see us go like something like this, you can do it. First of all, I'm not up, but sometimes I will leave in like a quarter position or a third of my position to play one if I think we're going to do it. But that's pretty much it. I never buy anything more than a third of a position for overnight. But you could just see it. It happens too often. Second touch, we don't play second touch. But you can see we came back, we retested, and then we dropped. Um, yeah. So this method, playing these pivot points, has made me a lot of money. And I just kind of see what the market's doing, is really what happens. And I set stops. Sometimes, it blows past it. But a lot of times you see it come up. Rejection, boom. Here's a great example of you got to see what the market's doing. Ready? Lower lows, lower lows. This is for a closing candle lower than the closing candles here. This is not showing strength at all. So when we get to here, am I going to take a full position? Probably not. And I remember this happening. This happened like not too long ago. And I went in with like a quarter position, and then I just got stopped out for the bounce. But, and then on the way up, this is not resistance anymore. But if you look, we bounced very nicely off of this. And once we've dropped so far, I assume we're going to blow right past this pivot point. That's why I don't take them. But these are just examples. You go back. Here's a good example. I got filled on this, and it dropped a little bit, and then we came right back up. I'm out. I sell my whole position because this is showing me that we have strength here. We're consolidating. The break did not happen, and you got to know to take a loss. And sure enough, we went up on through. But yeah, and this is a news candle. So obviously when there's a news candle, I'm not playing it. But yeah, so these are just areas that I play rejections and bounces. And these alone help me pass evals over and over and over again. And you just kind of got to watch the market, watch a couple other things that go along with the pivot points. But you'll see these bounces happen all too often. And this is a free indicator on TradingView. And it stops you from trading this noise and just getting chopped up all the time. What am I doing? Just trading this? No, wait till it comes down, comes near the pivot point. I get filled. We work up. I sell. And then I don't get chopped up at all. And if it doesn't come down on the pivot point like this, I just let it go. Hey, I don't trade. So simple. Just don't trade. But look, this thing drops. I kind of drops from this pivot point. And you can see it bounces slightly here at the pivot point, comes down right at this pivot point, consolidates, and then comes on right on back up. So I'm just passing knowledge off. It's something that you should throw on your chart, something to watch out for. I play this, VWAP, 200, and orbs mostly. I keep it simple. I'm not here to make 18 trades a day, 35 trades a day. I'm looking for just a few quality setups every single day, and I profit. Like I said, today it was one trade off the pivot point, got an account funded. So comment, let me know what you think.